They call me Hank. I've always had a curiosity for nature and what it takes to survive in the wild. So this June I went to the Rocky Mountains near Luna, New Mexico to see what I can find in the forest at 7,200 feet. Buddy and I got an early start and caught the morning fog. It looks like it rained here last night. There are fresh animal tracks on the moist earth. One advantage of foraging in the mountains is the abundance of pine trees. Not only do they produce pine nuts, but in the spring and early summer, you can also eat the growth tips. The edible growth tips are the soft, brown buds found on the end of each pine tree branch. They are green inside and have a pleasant flavor. Sweet. Got calories. Not a bad flavor. It's a little bit tart. Like citrus. Buddy and I explore the area and eventually come upon a stream and some clover. Clover is known to be edible, but certain clovers contain blood thinners, and clover in warmer climates may contain cyanide. I decide to hold off on the clover for now. Either way, this looks like a good area to explore. I need to start thinking about my priorities. Since I've already found food and water, my next priority is shelter. The cliffs here look to me like sandstone and other sedimentary rock. They also look to me like they crumble apart and break off easily, so a cliff shelter here is going to be out of the question. Another option is to seek shelter near trees. Just be sure to look out above for dead branches that could fall and hurt you. After some searching, I finally found a healthy-looking tree with an extra wide trunk at the base, so I began to lean sticks up against it to build a lean-to. Before too long, I have a crude lean-to. It's not the best, but it's a start. Now it just needs a little padding. With enough pine tree needles, I'll have a nice soft bedding. This is Old Man's Beard. This lichen grows on tree limbs and has tiny little fibers that make it ideal for starting fires. I would like to start a fire using a 9-volt battery and a stainless steel scrubbing pad. I tried to arc the battery using 1 or 2 strands of steel, but they got too hot and broke into pieces. So then I decided to twist 3 strands together Wrap that around the old man's beard, connect it to the battery, and it began to ignite. The old man's beard was too moist from the rain, and I wasn't able to start a fire. Now my battery is dead and night is coming. I would like to find something to eat before I have to lay down. Dandelion is safe to eat raw if you don't mind the bitter taste. Also, these wild rose petals are safe to eat raw. They're all over the place and have a sweet taste to them. Time to test my shelter. Seems cozy enough for Buddy and I. I didn't sleep much my first night here. Now I'm tired and hungry and looking for food. I found some wild grape, but the berries are not yet ripe. The bright colors on this beetle tell me it's not good to eat either, so I keep looking. Looking under rocks and logs can be rewarding, but it can also be dangerous. You never know what you'll find. These harvester ants are okay to eat, but because they have a painful sting, I would prefer to cook them first. Things have dried out quite a bit today, so I think it's time to make another attempt to start a fire. This time using a gum wrapper and a AA battery. The idea is to use an aluminum foil gum wrapper to short the battery by touching both ends. In order to generate enough heat in the gum wrapper, I will need to create resistance by removing pieces of the tinfoil until I am left with a section approximately 3/16 of an inch wide. Your average tinfoil gum wrapper has a paper lining, which can catch fire if the aluminum gets hot enough. This method worked for me about 1 out of every 5 times I tried it. But will the flame be enough to light my tinder and get a fire going? Since I have not eaten since yesterday, I'm in a perfect place to test some new food. Wild rose leaves are no good to eat raw, but if you cook the shoots and buds, it's supposed to make them safe to eat. I am just going to try a little bit of it at first. Turns out the wild rose tasted like moss. It was hard to eat, and I didn't feel good after I ate it. I'm tired and need to rest. So after I feed Buddy, we decide to call it a night. It's my 3rd day here, and the more I look around, the more I find familiar plants. And now I have stumbled across some goat's beard. You have probably seen it before. It makes a head like a dandelion, except much larger. The root of the goat's beard is known to be edible when cooked. I've never tried it before, so why not give it a go? The goat's beard root tasted exactly like a potato, except with a very bitter aftertaste. It left me feeling pretty good, so I'm on my way again to see what the forest has to offer. Pine trees are known to have a squishy layer of edible material between the wood and the bark called the underbark. It's sticky and sweet and can be eaten raw, but it's easier to chew if it's roasted. Over on the other side of the stream I find some wild currant berries, but again, like the other berries here, they are still green. A meal of opportunity. Lizards are not that hard to catch, and actually taste good compared to rose hips and underbark. It's actually good. I feel like I've been lucky so far, because it has not rained and the nights have not been very cold. I haven't needed to improve my shelter, and that leaves me free to spend most of my time exploring and looking for food. The last few days have had their ups and downs. Buddy and I have scoured this entire canyon and have found many things to eat, like this cactus, which will bear fruit several weeks from now. Buddy and I searched the entire stream and couldn't find any fish, but today we did find spearmint. The leaves were quickly boiled into a tea, which provided some much-needed refreshment. Now I have enough energy to go get some lamb's quarters that I saw up near the mouth of the canyon. Lamb's quarters are a well-known wild edible plant, but I have never tried them before, so like always, I start with caution. After cooking for just a few minutes, they have a good color, nice texture, and great flavor. This is the best wild plant that I've ever tasted, and there's plenty of it. I feel like I hit the jackpot, and now I shall feast. I have grown to like these mountains in the past few days, and I know I will miss them when I leave. I can say that I learned a lot from this trip, and I hope you've also learned something from watching this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.